All right, welcome in everyone. I hope we're all doing well. It's great to see you all. I hope you've practiced since the last time you've watched any of my videos. Please leave a comment if you have. And let's get straight into it. So I want to talk about the kick today. The first thing that I'm going to get out of the way is how much of your leg should I get out of the water? It's always going to be between this range. Max, ankles out of the water. Minimum, half of your foot out of the water. It will always be between that range that you want out of the water when you're kicking. Anything else is too much or too little. Okay? And at any point in this video, if I say anything like do big kicks or do small kicks, I always want that range coming out of the water. Please remember that. It's going to be very important. But knowing me, I'll probably just go over it again. Now, if you're someone who struggles to get any more than their toes out of the water, well, the most common fix is just keeping your chin to your chest, looking down to the ground. Keeping your chin to your chest will help your hips come up, and then as such help your legs come up. Some other niche ones are bad buoyancy, very uncommon. You should all be able to get your hips up out of the water. Also hip flexion. Some people don't have enough flexibility in their hips, so start stretching out your hips. It will help you outside of swimming and in life as well. But if you have that, you'll know. Okay. So we'll get off that. Now, the first problem that I want to talk about today is kicking from the knees. So if I'm on a backstroke kick, saying this or this, say this is my leg, you kind of get the idea. That is terrible, okay? Why? Because you don't have, because you don't use your thighs. Your thighs are the biggest muscles and possibly the strongest ones in your body. So if you're trading using your thighs for your calves, which are typically small muscles, good luck. That's all I'll say. How can I fix this? Well, if you're someone who does this, and you can easily test this, go kick for 25 meters. And if you don't feel it in your thighs at all, or go kick for 50 meters, if you don't feel it in your thighs at all, not good. You're probably one of these people. If you're still unsure, go film yourself and see, or ask someone to tell you if you're bending your knees a lot. Okay? There's always lifeguards around, and they're normally swimmers, most of them. Ask if they were a swimmer, and ask them just to have a look at your kick quickly. It only takes a few kicks, and just, see if they will. Some of them will say, no, I can't, I've got to walk around. Some of them are really chill and will straight away take a look at it. It's normally pull to pull, but just get someone to take a look at it for you, okay? And if you're one of those people, just kick with straight legs. Just start kicking completely straight legs and gradually go back to a little bend, okay? You're going to notice a common theme today. It's all about gradual efforts, okay? If you want to get good at this, take an hour of just kicking, okay, out of your time. Take an hour just to kick and just do these things gradually, okay? Lap by lap, gradually get a little bit more of a bend. Say you're on a straight, gradually get more of a bend. I'll do this for this lap and then this for this lap, and gradually I'll get more of a bend until I can feel it in my thighs, but I'm still able to get my ankle or the half the foot out of the water without getting anything else out of the water. So if you do with a straight kick, you might get more out of the water, okay? That's why you use the bend, just so that you can isolate that little bit out of the water. All right, so the next problem that I see are too little kicks, which is the most common problem in all of swimming, too little kicks. But I also sometimes see too big kicks, Okay, so if you're one of those two big kicks, well, you've already solved one of those problems with getting it out of the water. So I won't go over that again. But if you've got two big kicks, do the opposite for a few laps. So if I've got two little kicks, I'm gonna make these next kicks way too big, way too under the water. That's the important part. Getting it really deep into the water. I'm gonna make them way too deep. If my kicks are normally that way though, I'm gonna make them not big enough, way too small, barely even moving. I'm gonna do that for a lap or two, okay? It's gonna be really hard, really shocking. But as we did with the straight kicks, I'm gradually going to revert back to my normal. That's what you should be thinking. Every lap, I'm gradually just gonna revert. You're gonna do the same kick for a whole lap. Please don't gradually do it over a lap. Do it over many laps, okay? Because over these many laps, you're gonna feel, if you're doing very big kicks, you're gonna feel that resistance of the water. You're gonna feel that if you do two big kicks, they're not gonna be any good. But if you do two little kicks, you're not gonna move at all. So you're gonna feel both sides, okay? Which is really important to see, okay? To feel, I should say, okay? Because then you get a nice sense of it. And as you go through that, you will find a sweet spot where, holy crap, I never thought I could go this fast with just my kick. And once you find that sweet spot, you're golden. Just keep doing that. Do that. Just keep it up. Keep it up. That same session, it has to be that same session. You do it for many meters until your legs are dead. And that will set you on the path to getting a good kick. Now, I think I'll leave it there for the kicking. So keep practicing that. Do this. It's gonna take you a while. If you're someone who needs all the practice that I just said, it's gonna take you, at least an hour to get through that all, and it's gonna take you multiple sessions to really get it good. If you're someone who's, got already a good kick and has thought that this has wasted their time, well, there's a good way to check if your kick's good or not. If you swim, I don't know, a modest amount is probably like 50 meters. Try to go 100 meters of a kick, right? If you don't feel it in your thighs, you're doing something wrong. That's always the best way to check if your kick's, good or not. If you feel it in your thighs, if you can feel the burn in your thighs, it means you're using them. If you don't feel anything in your thighs, well, you're either an awfully strong person or most likely there's something wrong with the kick. But anywho, I'll leave it there for today. Please practice this and dedicate a lot of time to this, okay? At least a session that should be half an hour minimum. Half an hour is being very modest. You have to have a pretty good start to get through all this in half an hour. But you should be doing this for at least an hour. So please do that. Don't just skip through this all and try to cram it in 10 minutes. That won't work. If you're learning, you have to really dedicate yourself to something to get it good. Okay? I'm sorry I made you do this, by the way. Kick is like the worst thing ever. But once you get good at it and you like, it starts to get easier, it's alright. But yeah, learning kick and practicing kick is, I don't think anyone likes that. But good luck. And without further ado, if you have any questions, want any feedback, my email is in the description, or leave a comment. I will respond to anything. Send me videos, send me questions, send me just about anything. I will respond with an answer. Even if it's, I can't respond to this, I will respond. Most likely, I'll give you something educated though. Well, without further ado, before I start another tidbit, have a good one. Goodbye. Practice what I said and practice it well. Swim responsibly. Bye bye.